Hi, and welcome to Insights and Observations of a Rainbow Warrior Goddess. I'm Lisa, and today I'm making a video in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who I admired very greatly. He said, never be afraid to do what's right, especially if the well-being of a person or animal is at stake. Society's punishments are small compared to the wounds we inflict on our soul when we look the other way. Martin Luther King's life was sadly taken violently and much too soon, almost 45 years ago, on April 4th, 1968. He was only 39 years old. He once stated, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. I am silent no more, and I am certain that if Dr. King were alive, he would not be silent either." He, like Mahatma Gandhi, was known for peaceful civil disobedience. I believe it is now time for all of us to stop being silent and unite in peaceful civil disobedience. 2.5 years ago, I wrote a letter to the editor of my local paper, the Martha's Vineyard Times, that was published in the May 20th, 2010 edition. It was titled A Revolution of Love, and I spoke about the war on terror and how I believed our government to be the biggest terrorist on the planet. Sadly, it has only gotten worse. I wholeheartedly and empirically understand and can sympathize with the epidemic of fear and powerlessness so prevalent in our society. Given the gross injustices, the ongoing, seemingly never-ending runaway political farce we call our government's stealthy eradication of our rights, senseless tragedies like the Sandy Hook false flag, inflation and unemployment levels, all the natural disasters, and the constant drone of the mainstream media's chorus of fear and propaganda, it is quite obvious why. But as Dr. King also stated, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. We who live in the world and get to watch videos and are on computers and can connect like this, most of us, not all, are sheltered from much of the worst of our society in more ways than one. We are very fortunate. But just what are we made of? And how do we measure up? Do we need to fall prey to the politics of fear agenda of our current administration? Armed police officers in the schools? You have to be kidding me. This is completely ass backwards and has nothing to do with safety and security, but everything to do with subservience to a totalitarian fascist police state. Nothing in the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity, as Dr. King spoke so truly. The appropriate use of power requires the need for integrity to be used to protect and to serve self and others. It is not to be used to scare, torture, or force another into compliance. What makes it worse is that the breakdown of our society and the family structure has led to so much emotional and physical abuse that this epidemic of powerlessness has created many who seek to power over others for personal satisfaction and gain. This is perverted. Hurt people enjoy hurting people, whether consciously or unconsciously. I am not speaking of all in uniform, as there are many good people who seek to protect and to serve. But there are many more who are egomaniacs with insecurity complexes who hide behind a uniform of power and prestige. With a national recall on guns and recent executive orders signed by President Obama, it will only be hardcore criminals and those in uniform who have them. Hopefully, those in uniform who took an oath to protect all citizens from criminals, foreign and domestic, will hold to that oath and see the real criminals for who they are. They are not those of us who have the sense of integrity encouraged to still utilize the First Amendment. The witch hunt on whistleblowers and truth speakers is abominable. Aaron Swartz, Bradley Manning, Julius Assange et al. Should be our heroes, not defendants. It is common knowledge for anyone who has studied behaviorism or its offspring, social engineering, that when a group is subjected to a painful stimuli and the source of that pain and suffering is not immediately known or served in an expected pattern, the members of the group will attack each other instead of uniting against the painful stimuli. Are we really nothing more than animals? I think not. However, what we believe, we help to create. Maybe, just maybe, we need to reevaluate our beliefs. As to that fear epidemic and the dire state of the world, which did not end on December 21st, 2012, we are also responsible for this. Whatever we deny looking at and suppress mentally and emotionally, we must face eventually, externally. If only we could face our own ego shortcomings and our shadows, we would not need to manifest them in the world. This is called shadow work and healing. The indigenous peoples call this epidemic of systemic egophrenia, Wetiko consciousness. We all could help each other by finding the courage to face our fears, both personally and collectively, to face our dragons. To quote James Baldwin, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. If we want to live in a different world, we are responsible for creating it. I call on you all to find your courage and let us come together to face the darkness that we have allowed to overwhelm us. We are all infinitely interconnected in ways more real than the illusion of separation. Until we are all comfortable and safe, none of us truly can be. Please join me in speaking up and holding those accountable for these injustices, both locally, nationally, and globally. Let us take back our power and create a world based on service, unity, stewardship of the earth, and conscious co-creation. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Now is time for a revolution of love. My wish is that we all learn to come together and truly love and serve one another instead of fear, distrust, hate, and alienate one another. Infinite blessings to all, and Satyagraha. I'm Lisa, and I'm a spiritual rainbow warrior, goddess of light, who wields a mighty sword of truth and justice, here to serve in a revolution of love. Infinite blessings, peace, love, abundance, and joy, and love to you all.